Hi, I'm Miriam Gennari, and I'm here for another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I've got the honor of saying hello and also goodbye to our good friend Martin Ogle, Chief Naturalist of Potomac Overlook and the Regional Park Authority. Martin, congratulations on your Green Patriot Award.
Oh, wow, yeah, thank you. That was a real big honor, coming from GMU, the Green Patriot Award. I think it means a lot because it's the first one for Arlington, and there's a lot of great nominees, so I was proud to be given that award.
Indeed, a number of the nominees trace their success and their ideas in the issues and in issues related to sustainability and the environment back to you. In your 27 years here in Arlington at the Regional Park, as it being your first job and also now retiring from that job, what have you learned in that time?
Well, gosh, I've learned a whole lot. I always say even in the first few years on the job, I learned more than I did while I was in college. But mostly it's just the sense of really coming to see that we as human beings, as human society, are a seamless continuum of life. We're very different than the rest of life, but we're of life and part of life, and that leads to all sorts of implications and ideas and things that we probably should be understanding and doing.
And you've spent much of your time educating people, particularly children. You kind of were at the base level of that wonderful program at Tuckahoe Elementary School that was supposed to be a model, and I think it is a model for schools and outdoor education. Can you tell us about that program?
Yeah, I was helping a lot of folks there, kind of working with them hand in hand to start up what they, I forgot their exact official name, but Tuckahoe Outdoor School or Outdoor Classroom. And the idea is that things that are out of doors, there's so many resources there that can make education better. And not just our traditional education, which it can make better, but also the kind of education that we really need to transist towards. That is, again, understanding the world and our part in it and how to become a sustainable society. And so when we're out of doors, we can learn how the world works. We have our imaginations freed up a little bit. Teachers say that behavior, while it might be an issue at first because it's such a new setting, can often get better as kids get more used to being outside, etc. It also has been shown through much research to increase test scores in the very traditional sense of the word. So all around, the outdoor setting is a real powerful tool.
Yeah, well, in the hopes that that model might be adopted to more Arlington public schools, you've stayed involved and you've sat on boards and panels, but you've also helped out in other issues around the county related to sustainability, a new buzzword, but not new to you.
Well, sustainability, I forgot exactly when it became kind of commonly used, but back in the early 90s at least. And traditionally, which means over the last 20 years or so, it's been looked at in terms of a three-legged stool. So you have the environment, you have social needs, and you have the economy. And if any particular community has one of those three legs, let alone more, weakened or taken out, then the whole community collapses. So we know that we have to have a good economy, which can mean lots of different things, but an economy that keeps people employed doing good things. We know that we need to have a reasonably just economy, and we absolutely know that we have to have, as a world and as individual communities, have a healthy environment upon which we can, grow and depend. So those are the three things that we want to try to put together. And probably the biggest point of intersection between all of them is energy. So energy has become a real important thing lately. People have really seen the importance of it. But people who are looking at community sustainability were really concerned about it right from the beginning as energy issues.
So now, many of the organizations, I know I couldn't go down the list of how many different things that you've been involved in. I know Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment and yourself at Potomac Overlook have worked together in putting together a lot of different programs. Is there one particular program that you're most proud of? I'd have to think about that to come to one. I think just as a general group, I'm most
proud of the fact that we've helped advance the energy conversation in Arlington a whole lot. And I think that, again, is probably the most important thing to get people aware of and know about. But then on the flip side of that maybe is just coming to really just enjoy the free gifts of life. You know, being outdoors, taking a walk, learning about things that are around you. At once, that is a very, again, it's a luxury in a way, but that's almost the point, is that there's so many things that are free and available to us that are luxuries anyway. That's what life is all about. So you put those two things together, kind of the practical thing, how are we going to get the energy that we need to run our lives, but also to conserve it and not waste it. And then on the other side, how do we just enjoy life, and how do we learn from life, etc.
Now, I would be remiss in not asking you that, you know, you're leaving us now. I know you're headed to Colorado with your wife and your 2 little children, but if you were to come back in 10 years to Arlington and you were to look back and say, you know, what did I start and what's happening today? What would you be most proud or look forward to seeing?
Well, probably along the same lines, if I were to come back and see that the use of the out of doors as a educational tool was really institutionalized in the school system. In other words, it wasn't just something that was seen as an extra or that had to be supported by parents or teachers that were interested. That would be great, because I think that would just serve our educational needs a whole lot. And then the other one would be if we've made great advances on the ideas of energy, not only efficiency, but conservation as well, so that we have a truly sustainable world.
Well, Martin, this is a gift for your daughters, but also for you. It signifies the big boots that are left empty in your absence. And so I would like you to take those with you on your trip to Colorado, and we welcome you back anytime. I thank you so much for everything you've done for Arlington County.
Well, thank you, and we'll have some of this in our salad.
Exactly. You recognize it as lettuce right away.
That's right.
Well, I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari with AIM. Look forward to seeing you next time.